Why did a man ask me what I would cook for him to sweep him off his feet? And I just want to wholeheartedly say, I am never in my life trying to sweep a man off of his feet. I am the woman. I would like to be swept. I don't want to pick your big ass up. You pull out the broom and you get the sweeping, bitch.
For all the black men watching this video, come to the Philippines. You'll meet a lot of beautiful Filipino women, especially Cebu.
Do you find a black man attractive?
Yes, actually.
And y'all don't want to pay no bills. You can't fix shit. You can't build shit. You can't change my tire. You can't change my oil. You don't know how to manage money. I can't fight. You can't swim. You don't know how to travel. You can't even book a damn flight.
What do you find attractive about them?
Their skin color. So I will just stop at that. Their skin color is very attractive. And also the way they handle and present themselves.
Y'all don't show affection and you don't prioritize making your lady smile. Like, y'all just don't give
This is a biblically accurate representation of patriarchy. Men work so hard to maintain and fight for the system. In return, the system promises them a slither of female energy. Men have literally been fighting for the regime, the empire, for millennia, right? Pillaging nations, killing women and children, destroying homes and families, all for the sake of riches and glory.
So on a scale of 1 to 10, how attractive do you think they are?
8. 8.5. 9.
It's quite high.
Yeah, that's high.
Okay, it could be 9.
Yeah, it could be 9.
And in return, they are told that they will be rewarded with women. They'll have dominion over women. Capitalism is just an extension of the old feudal system. Get a job, help the elite build their businesses and make billions, be the backbone of the labor system. And in the return, the government, the billionaires, the elite say, we will create a system where women have to depend on men. And if women have to depend on men, then women are under men's subjugation. That is literally capitalism and patriarchy in a nutshell.
So have you ever dated with a black man before?
No, I haven't.
Would you like to date a black man once in your life?
Yeah, if I get to that point, I will.
Tell me the reason why.
Getting to know people, getting to know other culture also. So, I think dating men, you shouldn't just look at them by their background or their status. I think you should know them for who they are. So
this is why I continuously say capitalism, patriarchy, and monotheism are not separate systems of power, but tools of one overarching system of power. Use morality to shame women so that you trap them into monogamous situations. Use capitalism to disenfranchise women so that they need men for money and survival. And use patriarchy as a way to socially program women into wanting to be in the control of men. It's literally that simple.
Do you have any message for black men who are watching this video?
For all the black men watching this video, come to the Philippines. You'll meet a lot of beautiful Filipino women, especially Cebu.
I'm sitting here sick and worried. And this man is sitting in this car. Really? 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 Seriously?
You gotta be like, am I willing to die for this?
I'm not. I'm not willing to die for it.
Dying for your wife and your family, I can understand.
Because it's dangerous. It's not fearful. It's a dangerous
Kids,
situation.
yeah.
Wife too.
Wife, no.
Look, you bought her though.
I'm not.
I mean, like once you.
I'm not dying for my wife, my nigga.
What do you?
Seriously? Why are you sleeping in the car? Why are you sleeping in the car?
I need some rest.
So why wouldn't you come inside?
Because I can't rest in there.
Is your life that terrible that you need to be in the car?
If me and my wife are running because two niggas are shooting at us and she trip, I'm gonna keep running.
You and your wife.
Me and my wife.
Who hurt you?
Nobody. I'm just saying I'd keep running.
Is your life like that difficult? Why don't you come inside? For an hour you've been out here? You've been out here for an hour?
It looks like it.
For all the black men watching this video, come to the Philippines.
Do you want me to bring you something?
Peace and quiet.
Come inside, baby.
No.
Come on.
No. Just close the door, please. Just close the door.
Well, I'm gonna come and sit next to you.
No.
Come to the Philippines.
Did you just lock the door? Open the door.
Where the hell is my husband? My ass is fat. I'm a really nice girl. I cook, I clean, I don't give mean girl energy. And I'm just an overall loving person. I've healed, I've learned a lot, I've grown, and I just feel like I keep running into these knucklehead ass niggas who just don't deserve a queen like me.
For all the black men watching this video, come to the Philippines.
When you have spent the past 60 years, deconstructing masculinity, and you're talking about decentering men and all that. When you have completely destroyed all the norms that have held men and women together, when you completely destroy the idea, the concept of a father, who was the first, order of protection within the home, you know what I mean? And the socializer of boys and girls and all that kind of stuff. You can't complain, that, you're dealing with wolves.
I believe men when they say that there are a lot of good men out there, you're just messing with all the bad ones. That can be true. But what can also be true is that there are so many bad men that women have to spend so much time weeding through the bad men that by the time they get to the good men, they don't care anymore. Women are in a state of crisis, a state of survival, because there is so many bad men. If men want women to be more receiving of men, what they will do will be leaders to other men instead of trying to lead women and tell women what to do.
Let's just pretend that the bad men are just men who are just nefarious. Let's say that they are psychopaths. I'm like, well, you said that you wanted to be, again, autonomous. You wanted to be an individual. You didn't want no accountability and all that kind of stuff. You got to deal with those consequences. You understand? It's like if I see a dude beating up on a woman in public, I'm not intervening.
You don't want to confront the bad men. You don't want to have conversations with the men who are ruining it for the rest of you because y'all are afraid. That's not leadership, babe. You're not the apex predators, the apex leaders that y'all think y'all are if you're afraid of the other men in your community. Men cannot be community leaders if they refuse to get out and be in front of the community. You are not a leader because you think that you can control a woman and children. Being physically stronger than women and children does not make you a leader, sir. What would make you a leader is showing that you have the ability to create change, help create better circumstances for your community.
You understand? You have completely destroyed. They have completely destroyed the long-standing contract between men and women, and now they have to deal with the consequences.
At some point, men are going to have to pull their weight, and pulling your weight means getting other men in check. Women are checking each other every day. We're trying to tell women to stay away from the bad men. We're trying to tell women not to be in single mothers. We're trying to tell women how to behave. We don't see that from the men. Women can police them ourselves.
Attitude.
Do you need that?
Now walk off.
You thought you ate.
Attitude.
Girl, what's up?
Now walk off.
Bye.
Attitude.
You can set up.
Now walk off.
Girl, you won't look in my face.
Now walk off. Attitude.
Girl, bye. I could clock your teeth.
Now walk off.
What we don't see is men being involved with other men. Period, point blank. Y'all think that the only system for checking men's behavior should be the justice system. Absolutely not.
She used the term bad men.
Mm-hmm.
I mean, I don't know what that term means.
Mm-hmm.
I mean, to me, bad men is just some guy who didn't want to do something she wanted him to do.
Mm-hmm.
That's exactly.
I mean, I think we have to interrogate what these words actually mean before we can even argue about them. Because what I was visualizing was she wanted some dude to be her simp or her sucker or her eunuch.
Give me the boring one, okay? The one who make his money and come home. The one who don't need to be in the club every weekend to feel important. The one who not outside popping bottles trying to prove something to strangers. I'm good. I don't need the loud one. I don't need the one craving attention. I don't need the one whose lifestyle requires validation. Give me stability.
Why are you sleeping in the car?
I need some rest.
So why wouldn't you come inside?
Because I can't rest in there.
She wants a simp. She wants, as Dr. J would say, a concuserf. She wants a servant. She wants somebody who she can use as a utility.
For all the black men watching this video, come to the Philippines.
As humans, we all have an innate desire for connection. It is just part of our innate humanness. And so for men, the desire to be with a woman is that we're going to find someone that values us as a human being, that's going to connect with us, that cares about our presence. And if she gives us that, we as men have been programmed, I think it's probably part of our biology, to lay down our life for a woman that does that for us.
I'm not.
I mean, like once you
I'm not dying for my wife, my nigga.
What are you doing in a dangerous situation?
If me and my wife are running because two niggas are shooting at us and she trip, I'm gonna keep running.
But what happens when you live in a society that says any kind of pleasuring of men at all is looked down upon? You see the woman making a 4-minute video saying that the young Korean lady dancing for the troops that are out doing some probably very arduous training is some kind of patriarchal ruse, that the young lady is being oppressed because they're using monotheism and patriarchy and all this other stuff to oppress women, when maybe it's just guys like young, cute girls doing sexy dances, and that gives them morale to go out and do something very difficult. But again, if your society says that doing anything for the express purpose of making a man happy is bad, then you get men saying, no, I would not lay down my life for my wife, because most likely the last interaction he had with his wife was...
Why are you sleeping in the car?
I need some rest.
So why wouldn't you come inside?
Because I can't rest in there.
The reality, what we deal with is that, when we talk about simps and all that kind of stuff, is that deep down, you have these men who want women to want them and to like them and to appreciate them and to affirm them. And there's, and at the core, there is absolutely nothing wrong with it. It is completely human. You understand? And again, I'll assert myself. I love it when once I jump on that plane and I land in Kenya, or if I land in Senegal or what have you, and I meet the ladies who I've been communicating with for the number of years now. You understand? I'm in a completely different zone. Now, they're not perfect. Okay? But I tell you what, that the type of interaction and exchange that is a part of what it means to be human, I experience it. It's there.
What's beautiful about this conversation, and salute to Mr. Z for having it, is that the idea that men deserve nothing, if a woman just shows up and she says, you're supposed to shower me with gifts, adoration, and basically my presence is enough, then at a certain point, a guy's going to ask, well, what do I get if it's just you showing up? And the answer to that is apparently less and less as time progresses. And that's one reason why you're starting to see these dating events dry up, because what man wants to get off of work and then start another job, which is dating a young lady? And you can hear with BMI 3000, he's talking about the difference of getting a passport and going overseas and being with a young lady who sees value in you. And that connection of, I'm bringing a value to you as a man to a woman, and as a woman to a man, I'm bringing a value to you. That's not just me showing up, but I may be providing provision and you may be providing me with comfort and loving. That's the deal. But if you say, I don't owe you anything because of patriarchy and all this other stuff, then you just get guys saying, I don't like this deal and I'm not going to participate in it.
And I'm not dealing with women who are antisocial. You understand? They got them over there, when you travel. But, over here, being antisocial, as what, we're talking about right here, Melissa Ford and all this, 4B decentering men stuff, that's, they're doubling down and tripling down on it, and it is anti-human. I say this about feminism. It is anti-man, it is anti-family, and it is anti-human. It goes against the grain of who we are as human beings. That's why you have all this crashing out when she 40 years old and ain't got no kids or whatever, because she's been fighting against her biology. She's been fighting against all sorts of imperatives that are a part of who we are as human beings. Some people say it's part of our DNA or whatever. That's just the way it is.
Do I think Maya at age 46 is living her best life with no kids, no husband? Absolutely, I do. I don't think society is ready to have the conversation of how vital and how important a woman like Maya is to the world. Maya is the last hope for the female civilization. If there is a virus or a plague that is poisoning the minds of these young women, Maya is the cure. And I know a lot of people isn't ready to have that conversation. A lot of people would hate to even entertain the fact that a light-skinned woman is actually out here doing something positive with her life and having a positive influence on younger people. If Maya is even able to reach one young woman to show that you are important, you matter, pick yourself first, choose yourself first, you don't need to have multiple baby daddies out here, you don't need to give your body to people who are not being honest with you, who are just treating you like trash. If she's even able to reach one of those young women, that is going to put a dent in what society is trying to do. In a world full of sexy reds, you have one Maya, it's powerful enough to do a lot of damage.
This is a perfect example of how this feminism is really just kind of self-defeating. If she doesn't have any kids that believe in the same way that she does, then how can she replicate her ideas? The idea that what she's doing is something that's positive for black people on a biological fundamental level is wrong. There aren't going to be any black people to continue thinking the way that she's thinking. It would have made more sense if she had gotten married at 30, 31, 28, with, some record producer or somebody that's related to that game, whatever, have 2 or 3 kids, and then they could have a family that believed in the same beliefs that she did. Because it all boils down to the simple fact that the Latino Maya got married and had 3 kids. And in 2 decades, those kids are going to be voting against her one vote. And it's a simple math that, 1, weakens black voting power, but 2, when you meet a young lady, and as a guy, she's not going to let you have any kind of pleasure. She's going to bother you when you come home from work. You even going in the house is so revolting that you have to sit in your car for an hour. Or the idea that some young lady doing something very sexual that arouses you is deemed as some kind of oppression of women. You as a guy are thinking, do I get to have any fun at all in this? If I have any desires, any wants, are you going to castigate me for that? And so guys are not going to dating events, they're not going out as much, and young ladies are getting more aggressive, not just with their feminist rants, I guess, but also for their calls of attention. And it's just kind of a mess because you're seeing a bigger mix of both on social media. Young ladies saying, hey, look at me, come get me, and young ladies doubling down on those feminism principles that 4B, I can do bad all by myself. I don't need no man. And if I have a man, he's a wallet. Get the money out of him. And it's just driving guys to other places. And then you see a sweet Filipino young lady says,
For all the black men watching this video, come to the Philippines.
What do you think that's going to do to a guy when he looks around at the women in his area and they're essentially saying, me showing up is the prize for you. You're supposed to adorn me, and me doing anything for you is a bonus. You shouldn't even want me to cook for you. That's what men are facing. And with all these documentaries coming out about the Manosphere and all this other stuff, they have to ask one simple question. Are modern women even trying to provide men with anything that they like, want, or need? And if the answer to that remains no, then you can investigate the Manosphere all you want to. You're not going to solve the problem. Men want to be loved, and they're going to go where they can find it. Simple as that. Thanks for watching. Like, subscribe, comment below, catch the next video. Take care, guys.